So in that last one, we were able to actually pull the names from our restaurants. And now what we want to do is go a little bit further, pull the names, and also pull the addresses. It's not actually that much more complicated than the name. So we go to in here and go to inspect, and we see that there's this address tag here that actually has the address. And then we see a span with biz phone. Really simple, right? So how are we actually going to go about doing this? Well, I want to get that list element again, so that regular search result. I could also just get the div class of biz listing large. So let's actually go off of that one. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to go ahead and copy these, but then enter all of these down. So now we want to get biz listing large. So that's a div class. So let's get rid of this and we'll say businesses equals to, and we're going to cut this out, and it's a div class, so we're going to change that one to div, and the class is listing large. Okay, so now we've got our businesses, so we'll say for biz in businesses biz.text. So let's go ahead and try this request. I'm going to exit out of my Python shell just to get something fresh going. Press enter, and we get all of our biz. Looks like we get all of our biz data. It's kind of hard to tell because it's giving only the text, right? It's removing everything else. So let's go ahead and get rid of that text and just loop through it again on our shell. And now it's actually showing all of our HTML. Perfect. So now in here, if we look back into the HTML actually, we're going to see in here that we have all of the different HTML attributes, right? So we've got a review count, which you could get the count of reviews if you wanted. We could also get the title again, right? So the title is inside of here. So main attributes, div class, press over. We could get the avatar, which is just going to be an image, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go to the media story and then the search results title. And I just want the A tag like we did before, so the biz name. So in here, I'll now say for title in biz.findAll A, and we want to get that class again. And the class is going to be biz name. So we'll go back in here and biz name. All right, so we're doing a sub loop within the loop that we're currently working on. So I'm going to go ahead and print out title.text. We're going to explain why this is not going to be how we're going to end up doing it in just a second. But I'm going to go ahead and loop through this stuff. And now I'm going to just go ahead and get rid of this biz, comment that out, copy this, and paste in here. Oh, try that again. Looks like we have a syntax error in here. Oh, we need a colon there. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and try that again. And we've got those biz titles again. So we have all the names again, but why do we do these two loops? Well, first of all, we wanted to get all of the business titles themselves, and then we want to get the specific title in there. But really what we should expect is having only one of these things. So what I can do instead is say title equals to biz.findAll, and really just grab all of this information again. And we're going to get the first item that it finds and then text, right? So find all gives us a list. This right here gives us a list. This will call that first item in the list. So we have a one item, and then we can do text. And from there, we can just do print title. I'll explain why we're doing this in a second. Copy that, paste in here. And again, we've got our titles back. Now the reason we would do find all within the business or the actual div class that has it is because of the next thing, which is address. And we do biz.findAll, and this time is address. And then let's try 0.txt, and we'll go ahead and print out address. And then I'm going to print a new line just in case. All right. Let's try this again. We're going to loop through here, press enter, and there we go. So we've got our restaurant and the address right next to it. Very, very good. That's a good start. Now we have this extra space in here, so I'm just going to do replace space with no space. Let's see what that does. That might actually make our addresses really bad, and it does. So we're going to leave that out for now. We'll just leave the spacing in there. The last thing that we need is the phone number. So let's go ahead and inspect the element there. And we've got our phone number of a span class equals to biz phone. So last thing, we would do phone equals to biz.findAll and span class biz-phone 0 and text. And then we'll go ahead and print out the phone number, copy that out, paste it in, and now we've got these numbers. So we've got our actual restaurant name, we've got the address, and we've got the number. Cool. So that's a good start as to what we're doing. Now, of course, the address isn't exactly formatted that well, which is due to just generally how we have it, how we're grabbing it, right? We're grabbing just the text. So instead, I'm going to get rid of just the text, and I'll just have it as 0, and I'll do this one more time. Paste it in here, and now we have just the HTML tag itself. So we might be able to work with this HTML tag itself better than we did by doing the beautiful soup text. All right. So now that we've got this, let's actually think about how we can save it into a file. Now this is repetitive to what we've already seen before. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say file underscore path equals to, and I'll say Yelp dash, and I'm going to do loc or location. And then we'll do format dot txt, and then we'll do dot format, and loc equals to loc. So loc being this location. And since the file format, we actually probably should just put a few things in here just to make sure the format actually saves. Doing these pluses instead of the spaces will do some stuff for us. And now with that, we'll do with open file path, and we'll just do append, and we'll do as HTML file, or excuse me, as text file. Then we'll do this same sort of thing here. Get all those businesses. And then we want to write a line here, and that's going to be text file dot write. Let's go ahead and make a line here, and I'll say the page line equals to, and we're going to use the title. I'm just using some basic string substitution here. Title, and then we'll do address, and then finally phone. Do format title equals to title, address equals to address, and phone equals to phone. Okay, so we're going to write that page line there, and there we go. So let's go ahead and try this out. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, paste in here. Got an indentation error. Let's put the file path on there. That's good. Let's get rid of the spacing and try that again. There we go. Let's look inside of our virtual environment, desktop, and this was under scrape 21. It's actually in our virtual environment because that's where we activated Python, and here is all of our text. So we've been able to store it, right? Pretty cool. Obviously we might want to put a few more lines in here. Save that, and let's go ahead and run it again. And there we go. Now, of course, it probably added them, but now it's just a little bit better formatted. So there's obviously still a few things that we would need to do here. And if you remembered working with Excel, you could, of course, could write this into an Excel file. Now, in the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through a few different pages now. So instead of just going through one page, we're going to go through several, and then we are going to clean up how this data looks. If you have any questions on this one, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, let's keep going.